we're going to be installing NextStep 3.3 into a virtual machine and playing around with it. Now, what is NextStep 3.3? I hear you say. Some of you say. Some of you will know what it is, but some of you will be asking. Well, when Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple in the 80s, he formed a new company called Next, which dealt with high-end workstations. NextStep was the operating system he developed for it. It's quite famous because Tim Berners-Lee produced the first web browser on it. The World Wide Web was actually born on one of these systems. If you've ever played Wolfenstein 3D, Doom 2 or Quake, they were actually developed on these systems too. In the end, Apple bought out Next, and this NextStep actually evolved into OS X, which is running here. So it's important to have Apple's history and quite to the world of computing history. Right, we are going to go to screen capture, so let us start. Right, welcome to the desktop, and the first thing you're going to need to do is get some files together. First of all, you're going to need the NextStep 3.3 ISO. You can download this from the links below, or if you're on the Mac and want a smaller download, you can download this zip file. The link for that is also found below. If you download the zip file, just double click on it and it will unarchive it and create an ISO. Make sure you put all your files in the same place. I usually put them on desktop, makes life much easier whilst installing. You're also going to need some floppy drive images. These 7 here, which are available from the link below. In case this stuff ever gets removed, I'll also put it on my Google Drive, and I'll put a link to that below as well. Once you download these, they don't come with the IMG extension, so if you right click on them, get info, you can just change them to IMG using this field here, and then they'll work fine with this project. Okay, once we've got our files together, it's time for Vmware Fusion. We are going to add new virtual machine, get rid of that, and create a custom virtual machine. Continue. We want other, FreeBSD, continue. Create a new virtual disk. It says 20 gigabytes here, but we need one much smaller than that, but we can change that in a second. So press continue and it comes up with this summary, and here you can press customize settings. Just save as FreeBSD, save, and right, here we go. So processors and memory. We want 128 megabytes of memory. Okay, show all. We want the CD drive to contain the image, the NextStep 3.3 image. So locate the ISO, click on that, and that will insert that into the disk drive. Show all. Right, we also need our hard disk to be 1.8 gigabytes. On the advanced options, deselect the split into multiple files and select the pre-allocate disk space. Apply. It will now go and create the disk, which although small in comparison to today's drives, compared to some of the computers I've got here, the smallest one is 40 megabytes. It's absolutely huge, and in the day actually that was quite large. So, but you were paying a big premium. We also need to add a floppy drive. So if you click on add device, floppy drive, it will then ask you to insert an image. So we need the boot disk image. Let's put this in the list. There we go. The boot disk image to go in there. Okay, we now press play on the machine. I could go full screen on this, but you have to keep messing between these two windows, and this looks a bit naff full screen, so I'll just enlarge it a little bit and we'll do with that. Okay, boot, so press enter. Type 1 to use the English language. Good. This program is not for installing NextStep on a hard disk. Sorry, it's for installing NextStep on a hard disk. This is not an upgrade. Okay, so 1. Loading NextStep. Please insert the NextStep device driver's disk in the floppy disk drive and press return. So we press Command and Control to release the mouse. We go back to here, choose floppy, and I believe it's driver disk. I hope so. Right, let's press return and find out. Okay, the floppy disk in the drive contains device drivers for the following SCSI adapters. I believe we need to go for 4 on this one. And the floppy disk in the drive contains device drivers for the following SCSI adapters and hard disk controllers. Now, when it comes to this stage, we need to go to here and swap the floppy drive image to the beta driver's image, that one. Okay, we can then click 8 to say we've changed the disk. We need here 7 to view additional drivers, and number 2, which is the primary secondary dual EIDE option thingy. There we go. Here we'll choose option 1 because we don't want to load any additional drivers. You'll see why later. And the machine itself starts to boot up. So hopefully it will get through this stage. If you got your settings wrong anywhere at this stage, it's gonna crash. Let's see. We got through it. Right. The startup disk in this computer is type 1 to install NextStep on this disk. 1. Want to erase the entire disk and use all Yep, go for 1. Want to start installing NextStep. 1. Preparing disk for NextStep installation. This may take a few minutes. Yes, and I'm going to have to speed this on, I think, a bit. Right, the hard disk is ready to use as a startup disk. To complete installing NextStep, remove the disk from the floppy disk drive and then press return. So all we do is go over to our floppy drive, deselect it, and then go back into that window, press return. Restarting the computer. This may take a moment or 2. Possible speeding on them. Right, we're back, and if we just set that. Right, for this one, we need the beta driver's image. That's already in, so right, what I did wrong there, I forgot to connect the floppy drive back up, so there we go, and press return. Click on the window, press return. Right, 1. There we go, starting NextStep. I think we shall now go full screen on it. So if I press that one, go there, press that, there we go. We are now full screen. And the system itself is starting up. It's exciting, isn't it? Yes. Amazing how we can run all these. Just click OK on that one, you ignore that one. Okay. Amazing how we can run all these things on these days. So let's have a look. Now, there is a problem. Obviously this is not full screen high resolution stuff, but I've had a look around everywhere and the drivers seem to have disappeared off the internet that were known to work. You can mess with these ones here, but if you get it wrong, the whole system goes crunch and you've got to reinstall everyone, which is a complete pain in the ass. So this affects the video drivers and the sound drivers as well. So if anybody knows ones that work and can let me know, then please do let me know, because I would very much appreciate being able to have this in colour, high resolution, and have some sound as well. But we can't do that in this video If somebody does, I'll make another video for it. But in the meantime, we can have a look around. This is just, we're still in the setup stage here, so it's us asking for different drivers. This is what's available, but I'm not going to try them because I've done it before and it's a nose when it crashes all the time. So, press done. Save. I'll warn you that your installation appears to be incomplete because it is. Save anyway. And it will go and start itself up. Right, on this window we can deselect the different languages. We do not need them. And press install. Okay, NextStep has been installed successfully. Make sure there's a disk and a floppy disk drive, then click restart to restart the computer. Right, so if I do that, we shall virtual machine for floppy, disconnect floppy. There we go, and we come back. And now this is an issue with the emulator. Sometimes the mouse will go crazy. It'll get stuck at the edges, and just click out and click back in to recover from that. Or you can click madly on the mouse buttons, and sometimes that works. So restarting, and hopefully this time it will be complete. Right, obviously we want keyboard, UK keyboard in our case. Okay, select the English language, yes, okay, that's good. And our first sight of NextStep itself. And first of all, you can see that everything's based in these little windows which you can move around. If I could get the drivers, this would be much smaller. I can't shrink it. No, I can't shrink it. This would be much smaller. But I can't get those drivers, so we're a bit stuffled. I can shrink it there. Right, okay, on the left hand side we've got this menu system which drops in and out like that. You get things like the info panel, all single click. This menu doesn't shrink itself back away, which is a pain in the ass. There we go. Get some info about the system. Info panel, legal. Don't want that. Don't get that these days, do you? I haven't seen that from modern. Preferences. So, workspace manager preferences. Start up at login. You workspace man. You got. Oh, here goes the mouse again. Just click out, click in. Right. Okay. So you can see the preferences for the dock here. I don't know what happens if you double click them. What do they do? Change something then. I don't know. So mail, librarian, edit. Oh, it's our little, yeah. So here you can see stuff that starts up with the dock, and you've got shelf. What's the shelf? Title width me, resizable shelf. Go on then. Use default setting. Let's have a look. Let's play with this. Wee, wink, wee, wink. Okay. Oh, you can see it changing there. Let's have a look. Oh, mouse is gone. Come here. Right. You can see it changing size there as we played there. Yeah, there we go. Ah, so it shrinks it. Okay, no problemo. The shelf. So that's the shelf then. Browser. Oh, it does have a browser. You can get it to work on the internet, sort of, but again, even though there's tutorials, the drivers seem to have disappeared these days, so it's a no-go. Ah, okay. That's a set. Oh, they're separate. I know that one slides around, but that's completely separate. And the help system. So file, open, duplicate, destroy, all the usual stuff. Edit. Select all. These don't just appear as you move around. You've got to physically click on them. Disks, view, browser, tools, inspector. Attributes inspector. Oh, there we go. Me. So this is like get info these days. Yep, there we go. Same as get info. Finder, which is a finder. Processes. Applications, preferences, workspace manager, running. Applications, background applications. No background processes. Lucky me. And console, which is what it is. It's console. Right, Windows. There we go. Rearranging Windows. Services. Hide. There we go. Phew. Lucky I've used this before. And log out. Right, let's have a look. So that's a workspace menu. You can move it around. I don't think you can. You can hide it. We'll hide it for now. It takes that window with it. Okay. Right, so and get that out of the way. Thank you. Over this side, you've got what is the ancestor of the dock. And as you can see, you can slide it out the way down there, or back up to see it. Double click that, you get this workspace and file viewer. You've got yourself a clock. Which brings up... Oh, mouse is gone again. All your location preferences. When my mouse starts to behave. There we go. Right, it's got all your location preferences, time zones, date and time preferences, password preferences, got a password on this, keyboard preferences, mouse preferences. Mouse is gone. Right, where are we? Just gonna take through all these. Mouse, screen, which would be nice if we could adjust it. Nearly lost it. And it's moving stuff around again because the mouse is crapped out. There we go. And it's crapped out again. Doesn't like to be spawned on that. There we go. Right. Preferences. There we go. Right. So sound. Stop doing that. F, whatever F is. These are all blacked out. I can't select them for some reason. Right, so that brings up all the preferences. So if we go quit on that, there we go, back to time, quit. Oh, okay. We've got a mail client, and you will notice straight away there is an email from Steve Jobs here. Bloody menu. Right. There's a mail from Steve Jobs. We'll stop doing that. Right. Okay. There we go. I got an email from Steve Jobs. Ooh. Let's have a read. When the mouse stops playing up. Right. Subject. Welcome. It's getting worse. I was warned about this, but it's worse than you think. Bugger off! Right, welcome, next step. Welcome to the world of objects. Using NextStep's advanced object technology, you can develop powerful, easy to use client-based server businesses applications very rapidly and easily integrate them into your productivity and legacy software. We're committed to continuously improving our products based on our customers' feedback. So please send your suggestions to our product improvement electronic mailbox. The object is the advantage. Right, I think we're going to have to reset this machine because the mouse is getting uncontrollable. Right, we are back, and hopefully this time we'll behave. We have a librarian. Which will search in different books. Mailbox is active. Okay. So it looks like searches in the mailbox as well. Oh, it's doing something. Mailboxes, yep, so there's no books or anything like that. And an editor. And this refresh. Don't know what that does. Oh, it's recycle bin. Okay, that's the early version of the recycle bin. Cool. So, if we look at demos, we have some games. Now this is going to be interesting with this mouse. So let's try and play some games. Backspace, let's try that. Backspace settings, no inspector. Okay, Mac, whatever this is. Some sort of screensaver thingy job, but we don't want it. Go away. Okay, boink out. I think I played this. This is a boink. Right. Doo-doo. Interesting thing. It's quite difficult to control with this mouse. Game is over. Start game. Right. Go. But there you go. That's the Amiga dancing ball on basically an Apple product. So there we go. Paused. Don't want to pause. Oh, mouse is playing up. Oh God. Right. So what we're going to do. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to game when you've got a mouse that won't that plays up constantly. So yeah, you've got Bug Next XT. Now apparently I've done research and there was a cure for this, but those drivers have gone missing too. Isn't that good? Dark Forest. Come on. What's this? Info. And the mouse starts playing up. Info. Info panel. Yet another jungle themes file sizing utility. Oh, exciting stuff. Quit. Okay, that looked like it was a game. It's not. I am not going to play with these other ones because they're more sciencey and you can have a quick look at them. Molecule. The longer you use the emulate on each run, the worse this mouse problem gets. See, I am now losing complete control of it. Molecule. Yeah, no idea how to use that. Quit. Quit. So that's some of the stuff you get on there. Billiards. Go on then, we'll have a look at billiards. Even though it's going to be unplayable. Game. Oop. New rack, chalkboard, tin on, x-ray, tin on, shot, under shot, game. Game. Billiards, pool. Oh, you can do different things. Tools. Okay, how do I take a shot? How do I take a shot? Don't know. Scratch. Sorry, you scratched. I scratched apparently. Whatever that is. Right, loads of mouse trouble, so yeah. But there you go, that is billiards. I am not going to keep playing that. There's going to be quit in there. Yes, there we go. So, demos, we got the next apps. Usual stuff. Nothing too exciting there. Oh, mouse. And right, I'll be back. Okay, we're back, and I'm just going to click the mouse in and we'll have a look at what's on this CD here. Next CD, upgradeth. Ooh, what's next CD? Packages, CDIS packages. Oh, it's just all the files and stuff that are on here. So, don't know what this upgrader thing was. Ding, 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 ding. It's obviously not going to work, but let's have a look at it anyway. Upgrade is not set up correctly. The setup beard must be turned on. Application owned by root. Quit. Okay, so we've had a quick snout around Next 3.3. As it is on the emulation, it's pretty unusable, mainly because of those mouse issues. If anybody knows how to cure that, there are tutorials, as I've said, on the internet, but all the drivers appear to have gone off. They're all Lycos sites and they're all gone. I can't find anything that works. And if you do get it wrong, it crashes the old system and you have to reinstall it, which is a pain in the ass. So if you do know how to do any of these things, such as the video, the sound, network it, then please let me know and I'll make a further video. As it is, it's nice to have a quick play with, but it's pretty unusable because of the lack of colour, the lack of resolution, and the fact the mouse constantly messes up. So there you go. If you enjoy these sort of videos, then please subscribe, and we have social media links down below. Other than that, thank you very much for watching.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.